set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I train in martial arts.
It starts when a child snatches a toy from another child. You have to start there to let them know this is not right. It also starts after abandonment, because you create trust issues that make you say, I want to be in control. Because a person because when you was abandoned, you was felt vulnerable and weak. And because pain to you equals vulnerability. Or better yet, vulnerability in your mind equals pain. So when I was young and vulnerable, I got hurt. So the position I need is never to be vulnerable. So I can always I need to control to keep from being hurt. Y'all got what I'm saying? So this is what starts creating victim psychology, because a person, in order to actually be in control, they have to always be right.
This video clip is from Stephen Darby Ministries. I did not know that he had passed away. I have been checking him out off and on for the past couple of years. So, may God be with his spirit. And I'm pretty sure if he's anything like I've seen in his videos, he's definitely gone on to be with the Lord. But that being said, I still want to say, even though I'm quoting from him, I know he was not that much of an advocate of the martial arts, if an advocate at all. He had very little endorsement for that, because he felt like in a lot of arts, there was some spiritual wickedness behind it. He didn't condemn them all, but he just said to be careful. Just keep it in self-defense, which is pretty much what I recommend. But what I like about what he said in Emotional Witchcraft Victim Psychology, the clip I played before this, I know I have to admit, part of that is why I started studying martial arts. And I suspect part of that is why some of you started studying martial arts. In terms of feeling vulnerable at one point in your life, especially if you were a child, like a child that had been bullied. Maybe you even may have had to deal with abandonment issues. I know I have. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to rehash the past, because I've moved on from that. But abandonment issues, who knows? I think some people, if you've had daddy issues, you may be collecting senseis to collect daddies. I know I've dealt with that at one point. So, the need to be in control. Hey, just admit, because I know I feel this way. You want to be in control in terms of if you're attacked physically, don't you want to feel like you might want to control the outcome of the physical encounter so that you don't get hurt or worse, or that people who are with you don't get hurt or worse? Isn't that part of why you study martial arts? So if you're human, there are going to be times where you feel vulnerable. There's going to be times when you feel like you're not in control, you want to take control. Definitely when you are physically attacked, that is a time for you to feel vulnerable, and a time where you're going to feel like you're not in control. What I hope to do with martial arts is still kind of slow coming, but it's getting there, is to be able to handle a physical situation like that. But then let's not just stop there. Let's take those principles and correctly apply them to other areas of our lives, so that especially if we are spiritually attacked, we know how to handle those type of things. We know how to breathe and center, and instead of, launching back with counter strikes or parrying, you know, you can counter with characteristics of Christ. You can parry, insults. Sometimes you may have to counter back, sometimes not. If you can respond with the correct amount of spiritual force, verbal force, interpersonal force, then we can use these skills we learned in the martial arts to not just be a victor in contests, but and I'm not talking about winning. Yeah, he tried to get the best of me. She said something to me. I won that argument. Not just that. Let's be a peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. That's my teacher's creed. So let's be peacemakers, and then maybe, we can protect ourselves from wickedness, protect other people from wickedness. But I'm telling you, and I've been through this myself, I'm going to go back to the physical thing. Please don't be in denial to yourself that your part of your martial arts training journey is because you felt vulnerable at one point. Deal with that. And you probably felt physically vulnerable. You may have been victims of various types of abuse. You may be in an abusive relationship. You may be in an abusive job. You may have abusive friends or spouses or whatever. Or things may be great for you and you just don't want to be victims of abusers. Deal with that. Use the physical things that we get. Handle your physical business, okay? And transcend beyond that. And one more thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to close. I've said this in other videos that God describes himself as a warrior. The Lord is a warrior, says so in Psalms. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, who teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. All that is great. Fight, fight, fight. Don't be in denial about your vulnerability. Sorry about that glitch. Don't be in denial about your vulnerability. And for those of us who think that, who ascended to the level that, hey man, I'll just pray and I won't ever have to get physical and, that'll be the end of it. You know what I want you to do? I want you to pray for me while I get physical if I have to handle the knuckleheads. But a lot of times lately, I've had to use my martial training and skills to help sick people who've fallen out. I remember one time I helped a guy that had epilepsy because he was a danger and was swinging. It was just because he had a seizure. He was flailing around and there was nobody else there that was strong enough to hold him. The medical person that knew what to do didn't have the physical strength to actually carry it out. So she basically was verbally working me like I'm a marionette. So she's telling me, touch here, do this, do that. And I wouldn't have been able to be physically enough to do it if I didn't have martial arts training. Because I didn't play any other sports in school. But that. Well, when I got to high school, the only sport I had was like Taekwondo. So, there we go. Using this stuff to be a peacemaker, using this stuff to help people who are sick. Not just so we can show off how wonderful and beautiful our high kicks and joint locks are. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts. If you ever get a chance, go by Stephen Darby Ministries on YouTube. This is an excellent channel. I thought he was still with us, but he's not. So check that out. And peace.